Alright, well, here we are back, attempting to try this again. Hopefully this time we will not experience so many lag issues. So far my connection is relatively stable. We have about a minute until we go into the countdown.
Hello? Test? Test?
Yep. Everything is good.
Okay. So I guess position we have looks like a fiddle support for best team NA, I believe is their team name.
No, this is MICC.
MICC.
MICC is the best NA team versus ZSZCF.
Oh, that's gonna throw me off all day.
Yeah. I gotta try and fit it in my box here.
So we have ZS versus MICC.
That is
ZS,
correct.
ZCF.
We can just go with ZS. I think that is probably the best course of action there for that team. ZS versus MICC. We're gonna try and start this over again. Gonna see how we go. Yeah, already I'm experiencing significant drop rates, so this is I do not think this is gonna last very long.
But I guess we'll just go ahead and push through it.
Oh well, we'll
But looking
certainly
at
try to.
ZS's team composition, we see Tryndamere, Sin in the jungle, is probably Kha'Zix mid, and an Ezreal Sona in the bot lane. And for MICC, we have a fiddle support, Olaf top, Gun mid, Tristana AD carry, and a Malphite in the jungle.
Certainly, what we've really seen is that we've seen some great Pantheon plays so far. Malphite is terribly annoying. Tristana, surprisingly, a few games ago, did very well.
Yeah, and looking at MICC's team, they are definitely a little more late game oriented. You have the engage from Malphite, you have definitely Tristana being arguably the best hyper carry in the game. Olaf scales really well, at least what I recall. I mean, the new Olaf changes might have changed him a bit. Whereas if you look at ZS, they definitely have Lee Sin, who's known to be the strong early ganker. The Ezreal Sona is meant to dominate with Sona sustain and Ezreal and Sona's poke. Tryndamere is definitely more of a split pusher, although he scales pretty well into the late game if you build crit and a lot of AD. And Kha'Zix himself is definitely more of a burst assassin.
Kha'Zix is, yeah, he can be a real pain to AD carries especially. I know myself, I've played, and he's just been a rambunctious little one.
So I think the key to this game is whether or not MICC can hold their lanes, considering that Malphite really can't gank until level 6. If they're able to stave it off and allow that Malphite to get farmed, they're going to be able to push forward for the win here. However, if Lee Sin is able to get an advantage early on, take advantage of those early ganks, I think you can see ZS take the advantage and just snowball it from there.
The important thing to remember is that both teams have great scaling champions. Ezreal, he isn't going to scale that much, but if Kha'Zix gets 2 or 3 kills this early game, or Tryndamere for that matter, that can really make a difference. As we all know, the lawnmower has a potential to just rape face if he's fed early.
It's definitely going to rely on the coordination of MICC to stop that split push. Although the Pantheon roam and ultimate from the mid lane will definitely be able to turn back any other like snowball potential. Like if the Tryndamere gets fed, if he's able to roam top and stop that, so that'll definitely be to the benefit of MICC and to the boon of ZS.
That's certainly true. We see both teams dropping wards However, that might be changing this upcoming Season 4 patch, where we've got all these changes. You'll only be able to have 3 wards total put down on the map, and you'll only be able to put down 1 vision ward. That's definitely going to change the way we play the game.
From what I recall, I thought it was just 3 wards per champion.
It is 3 wards per champion and 1 vision ward per champion. So not only is it going to help supports in the fact that now your teammates will be forced to help buy wards, otherwise you won't have proper ward coverage. It's also going to change champions. I saw a hilarious video about Teemo, the rise of Teemo, being now that his vision and his passive will be much more useful. Of course, they were kidding. But
I think what's going to be definitely interesting right now is Lee Sin's looking for that gank on Malphite in his jungle, dealing that blue buff. Both junglers end up starting red. Malphite's just now taking his blue buff, and Lee Sin.
So here we go.
Over there.
We got Lee Sin already gonna get that kill for the first blood. He does flash for it and takes a tower hit, but it is worth.
And definitely, as I stated before, the fact that Lee Sin's able to get that first blood early and slow down that Malphite jungle will definitely hurt MICC, and now it's going to rely on their lane to be able to hold their own.
Bottom lane pushing very well, already up against tower. We've got Lee Sin trying to run away out of the jungle from that Olaf. Olaf might be able to catch him, but however, blue team should come up from the bottom to help. Pantheon close behind. There's the ignite. It is not going to kill him thanks to the Sona heal. Ezreal is going to chase off the Olaf. Pantheon's going to go in, trying to get some damage on this Ezreal. Ezreal might die, but Lee Sin comes back in to defend. Ezreal does get the kill, It looks like a lag out because
it looks like Olaf just lagged out.
He did. He was not moving, and that caused him to be killed. I'm experiencing an 11% drop rate myself. That is not good. So there's definite lag issues going on still.
We may end up seeing.
We are desperately struggling through these games here.
What's also very important to mention is the fact that there is the 2v1 top coming in from MICC, which I think is a very smart play by them. Considering that Ezreal Sona is a lot stronger in the early game, and Tristana is definitely the game carrier, you're going to want to get her as farmed as possible.
We've got some mid engages here trading shot for shot. Both have equal amounts of health. I have to say, I do like the new graphics of level up and of the gold, sound, all these nice little quality updates that they gave. Olaf not able to hold Sona and Ezreal off his tower.
Yeah, looking at the tower health, if what I can see correctly, I think blue side is actually holding the tower a bit.
Here comes Lee Sin for a gank, but Tristana's jump is going to allow her to get away safely. He is pursuing, though. Here comes Tryndamere. There's the flash. Good flash. Probably not necessary, but it is beneficial for the jungler.
But Lee Sin's still taking advantage of that first blood. You can see that it's 2-0-1 right now.
Most certainly, and that is a dangerous place for Lee Sin to be at. Lee Sin is one of those type of champions that you do not want getting super fed.
I guess if we look at the matchups, Tryndamere right now is definitely out CSing the Olaf in that 1v2. You also see that Kha'Zix is about double the CS of his lane partner Pantheon. Although that's because the Pantheon had to back. If you see his items, both have crystalline flasks, but the Pantheon was able to come back and get boots.
Right, blue team already up by over 2,000 gold. And without any of the towers, it's solely because of that CS advantage that they have. And of course the kills. They're 3-0 too. Sona's taken some major tower damage there. But luckily, this Olaf cannot do much as he is a melee. He's gonna get that, that true damage. He's gonna go for it. Ezreal not helping, but now that his tower's down, he does have to retreat.
I think that was the smart play by Ezreal there. He wasn't, at least Olaf, even if he pushed as hard as he could, because the tower was going down, it wouldn't have mattered either way.
Oh, we just had a kill on mid there. Oh, but it looks like Kazakh is gonna get that back, and then Lee Sin's gonna get a double kill. He's now 4-0, and this Lee Sin is perhaps going to carry right here. I mean, he's only got 11 farm, but those 4 kills, that's equivalent to, you know, 60, 80 farm.
And it's not only the kill goal that we have to think about. That Lee Sin's pressure that he's emitting across the entire map probably helped that CS lead grow. Because he's able to get that kill, you're able to force a champion out of lane, allowing for your own teammate to get ahead in CS.
Certainly. And with the flip of the top and the bottom AD, it did work out beneficial for blue team. They were able to shove that tower, and they were able to get ahead by taking the tower down early at only 7:30 here.
I think what's interesting to note, actually, if you look at the Tristana, she started out with an Avarice Blade, meaning that she's putting herself at a disadvantage early on in order to accumulate more gold. I'm not sure if I completely agree with that choice, seeing as now they're in the 2v2 lane against the Ezreal and Sona.
Well, if we take a look at the gold here for a moment, Tristana has 1.8k, whereas her partner Ezreal has 2.5. So Ezreal is significantly more farmed. He does have 10 farm up on her and a kill.
And not only that, if you look at his items, with the Phage, he's going to have a lot more utility and damage early on, along with just the innate tankiness that item provides.
Right, both top lane getting poked down here. Tristana and Twitch. Oh, there's the Ezreal, but unfortunately it does miss. There's not much they can do. There's the flash for the Sona ult. He does get the kill. Sona does miss her ult. Fiddle's trying desperately to run away. Is he going to make it? I do not think so. There we go. Double kill for Ezreal. That's going to put him 3-0.
And that's the power of the Ezreal Sona lane that I mentioned before. They're able to just poke your opponents down. And with the Ezreal Sona combo, even with the missed ultimate, the fact that they had so much health coming out of that sustain that Sona provides, they're just able to tower dive and get the double kill.
And if you look at her mana right now, it is regenerating at a ridiculous speed.
It was a good choice by her to pick up the mana pot.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. She had a mana pod. I thought it was just that.
Pantheon's coming in.
Here we go for the Mantheon ult. He's gonna try and dive. Ezreal taking those tower shots. Tristana coming in. Jumps the wrong way, unfortunately. Tristana does get the kill. She does need those kills with the reset on her jump. Pantheon's desperately trying to give her these kills, but he does end up taking the kill to an auto attack, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, Ezreal and Sona did overstay their welcome, getting too greedy, trying to get that damage on that
tower. Oh, they
tower.
most certainly did. And then they you know, were wandering between third and second tower, just kind of asking to get killed. Kazakh cannot do much to Mantheon, but they do take almost equal amounts of damage.
We see an Ezreal ult going up top lane, stopping that push. And of course, that's just the utility that in the global map presence that the Ezreal will provide. We see an Ezreal ult going up top lane, stopping. However, the Tristana is still able to take the top turret. It looks like Lee Sin was able to steal away the blue from Malphite, which puts him even at a greater disadvantage. Because neither him nor Pantheon were able to pick up that blue.
I mean, we've got some good trades going on. Blue team pulling ahead by, you know, almost 3k gold here now. It's not a huge lead. It's only one item, such as Trinity Force, for a build, you know, for your carry or something like that. But purple team pinging Dragon here. It looks like they do want to investigate that and try and get that gold to help their lead. They're down 4 kills, equal in towers power, which is really what you can measure this game by.
But it looks like blue team will be able to get the global gold coming from that tower.
Oh, there's that Sona ult. And that's just gonna wreck. It's gonna put them ahead by 2 more kills for nothing. Sona just you know, wandering around giving Ezreal that kill for free.
Yeah, once again, Tristana and Fiddle definitely overstayed their welcome. The fact that Tristana started with that Avarice Blade means that she has virtually no power outside of the burst from her W.
Right, and it is highly unfortunate because she needs that. They needed that to push the lane. They needed that to get that early tower, which they just didn't do. And that's the whole reason you run that switch to AD carry is to push tower, shove it, and get that needed gold for your team early. But bottom lane did a much better job against that against the Olaf.
And we also see the Tryndamere split pushing, as mentioned before. He only has a Duran shield and
having to engage. Everyone jumps on Ezreal. They again overstayed their welcome. We've got 4 up top, but that's letting mid lane push. That's letting Tryndamere and Olaf trade bottom. Here we see a Mantheon ult go off. He's gonna jump mid lane to push back.
I find it actually surprising that they're caught up in top, considering the ward coverage that they have in the enemy red jungle.
Blue team has great ward coverage here, if you notice. They've got great ward coverage. There's 2 flashes off. There's our 3rd flash. He's gonna kill, unfortunately.
Oh, and the Pantheon still got it with the last tick of Ignite.
He did. Back to ward coverage. Purple team has 2 wards in their jungle. Blue team has 4 top jungle and 1 bottom jungle, it looks like. Blue team has no ward coverage of their own jungle, but they don't need it because all the action's going on Purple's side of the map. There's really not much Purple team can do. They don't need to ward Blue's jungle because nobody's in Blue's jungle. But however, they do need to get ward coverage on their own jungle. It's really causing them to... It's one of the factors that's losing in this game is bad ward coverage.
And if you look at the itemization on both sides, the Lee Sin has a standard sight stone to use those wards for escapes. Plus, Sona herself built a ruby sight stone. Whereas if you look at Fiddlesticks, he only has the Philo stone and the ruby crystal, meaning that he doesn't have the sight stone to begin with. He's gonna have to buy all of his sight wards on his own if he wants to keep warding.
Right, I didn't quite think of that. Lee Sin with a sight stone. That's first time I've seen that really. But it's ingenious. Ezreal overstaying his welcome again, but that he does use his Essence Flux and his barrier to get out of that. He's not going to survive, however, they just jumped on him too much. Close one though.
Even with the Kha'Zix trying up to try to turn it, it just was not successful.
You got Mantheon's Spear, you got Malphite's Rock, you got Tristana back there. It's a 4v1, it's not going to go well. However, Purple team is not out of the game yet. They're only behind by 4k gold. But they just, shoved down mid lane and took a turret. So this game is still in anybody's favor.
So if we go and look at the itemization, if you look at the Tryndamere versus Olaf comparison right now, Tryndamere is able to finish off that Ravenous Hydra. However, Olaf only has a Chain Vest, Tabby, and a Vamp Scepter, along with the Doran Shield. His build is more oriented towards surviving that lane, whereas the Tryndamere is able to finish off his items, allowing him to split push a lot more effectively.
We got some action happening top lane. Kha'Zix desperately trying to get away. He's doesn't look like he's gonna make it though. Nope. Purple team catching up in kills, only behind by 1 kill. Mantheon on a killing spree. Quickly, let me just mention that we do have a poll open in chat. Type ! poll space and then either number 1 for MICC or number 2 for ZSZCF based on who you think will win. Personally, I'm cheering for MICC, as that's who I've been rooting for this last tournament. But Team ZS could definitely take this game here. They are playing well, playing hard. Olaf already at 2nd tier blue turret.
However, his split pushing power is definitely very limited, only having that Vamp Scepter and the Chain Vest. Although they'll definitely allow him to duel with the Lee Sin, who's very physical damage heavy. Although with the Lee Sin kick knocking him back into the Kha'Zix, at the same time we have action going on top lane.
Purple team doing an excellent job of roaming together. That's really what their strength is here. They are together, they're staying, and they're taking out blue team, who, although they have superior ward coverage, just never sees it coming.
With that Pantheon roam, you see that he's gone 8-2-2, getting all those kills. If we can go ahead and look at the gold menu, you see that he's actually sitting on 2k gold, so when he comes back, even though he only has a pickaxe and a brutalizer right now, he'll be able to make up for that later.
Blue team getting
And
another
purchase
kill,
some big
but
items.
there's still only 1 kill difference. We are not at a point in the game where we can definitively say either team will win. Blue team still up by 3k gold, but even in towers, almost even in kills.
And the longer this game goes out, the better the odds are for MICC with that Tristana and with that Olaf and with the Malphite engage. So if ZSZCF wants to take this game, they're going to have to find some way to snowball it faster. Oh, and there you go, we see engage in mid lane.
The purple team getting absolutely jumped on here. 3 kills.
Unfortunately, I just don't think that Malphite has enough tankiness in order to engage like that. I think blue team is still definitely too far ahead for them to be pulling stunts like that. And we see the mid lane inhibitor turret going down and the first inhibitor going to blue team. This definitely does not bode well for MICC. If they're going to come back, they're going to have to hold and hold the siege effectively.
Hold and then get kills and hopefully an ace. Blue team made a great shove. They are up a lot of gold now, 8,000 gold, because they got those towers down. They've got 2 towers up. Unfortunately, it's not looking well for MICC.
Although, if you look at the Pantheon's items now, he has a Brutalizer and the Last Whisper for the armor penetration. Now, all he's got to do is stack more AD, maybe pick up that Black Cleaver, or maybe even a Bloodthirster in order to head on to that damage. If MICC is really going to want to turn this around, though, they have to get farm on that Tristana in order for her to become that late game carry. She needs to get that Infinity Edge, she needs to get maybe a Static Shiv or that Guardian Angel. And most importantly, she needs a Last Whisper in order to handle the armor that ZC is stacking.
Ezreal's got an entire Triforce there. And Tristana does not have a completed item yet. A tier 3 completed item.
I think that is a result of the early Avarice Blade. It just really isn't a good item, especially with Tristana, like at least early on. Because Tristana has such a horrible laning phase, she needs to be able to buy those Durons, get the Vamp Scepter in order to like survive in that lane. The fact that they went for an item that just helps her farm, or at least improves what she gets out of farm, it just did not bode well for her laning phase. I mean, if we look at the CS difference, Ezreal's at 120 and Tristana's at 94.
I see what they were trying to do with it. I understand why they did it, but because of the matchup she had against that heavy top lane, it wasn't even a heavy top lane though. I don't understand why she didn't have great farm. She should have been up against a solo top lane, and however,
the issue for her was that the lane switched too quickly. You saw that the Ezreal and Sona were the first ones to make the move and go top lane, and she wasn't able to get any items on top of that Avarice Blade in order to make sure that she's still effective in lane. As we see, the blue team's still taking all the farm from both purple teams and their own camps.
Purple team slowly getting wards out there. We've got 2 in bottom jungle, 1 in top jungle. But they just, if they want to win this, they need to know where blue team is. They need to catch them out. They need to jump on Ezreal and Sona when they're alone. Like right now, if purple team had wards and they could have made a move on that that Ezreal.
It looks like we have action coming down bottom side. We have the Fiddlesticks end up dying to that Kha'Zix, and now we have Sona dying to Pantheon as well, so it's still a 1-for-1.
It is now a 4v4. Blue team chasing purple out of their own jungle.
But we do see Tryndamere split pushing in the top lane.
Which is what he needs to be doing. That is his job. There's the Malphite ult. Everyone jumping in. It is a 3v4. There goes one. As we watch this fight here. Purple team, triple kill on the Tristana. That's really what needed to happen. But
however, we still
got
have
that split
Trinimir pushing onto that inhibitor turret.
Man, and he is just not giving any cares right now. Look at that. He's going to take that tower, and there's nothing Fiddlesticks can do. Thankfully, Mantheon's going to chase him out. Might get this kill here if he's got it in him.
You see that the purple team made the right decision there. They saw that it was a 4v3.
Oh, he's going to try and get the kill on the Twitch. He will not, however. Undying Rage is going to go off, still chasing down that Twitch. Or not Twitch, Fiddlesticks. What am I saying?
He also overstayed his welcome there. That seems to be a common trend with ZC. However, as I was talking about before, the Malphite made the right call there, going onto the 3 members of ZC. And they ended up winning that team fight. However, that Trinimir with his Ravenous Hydra and with his Static Shiv is just too big of a split pusher right now.
Yeah,
and was able to push down onto that inhibitor turret.
I mean, he's got that tower down to a quarter life. All he needs to do is get back up there. He could even probably backdoor it.
But as I said before, Tristana needs that items, and
we've got a
she's
good team fight. Blue team getting jumped on right here. He's gonna get Mantheon's gonna get the kill on Kha'Zix. Sonal going off, but it really does not hit much.
Purple however, MICC is missing their Fiddlesticks at another AoE, and it looks like they're gonna have to retreat.
Tristana not gonna die yet. She's got the flash. Olaf though, gotta be careful.
That was a
here.
great disengage.
That was excellent disengage. That's how you should use Tristana.
However, with both Pantheon and Malphite dead, they're not gonna be able to hold this.
Not gonna do much. He's the fear, but it's not gonna be enough for the lawnmower.
That inhibitor goes down once again.
Unfortunately, it's just not looking well for MICC right now. They're behind by still 8k gold.
If we look at the items again, Pantheon has that Tiamat now, on top of that Brutalizer and Last Whisper, in order to make him more of a teamfight presence.
However, just a note, we have not seen much lag happening. I am down to a 2.7% drop rate. The game looks pretty smooth to me. Ezreal getting caught out right here. Mantheon going to be able to jump on him. Is he going to? That Sona speed boost might have saved him. Nope, there's that jump, and he's dead. Get caught out thanks to that blue team sight vision ward we got there in the jungle. Mantheon's going to jump on this Sona. Is it going to be enough? Not quite. Kha'Zix's going to come out to try and assassinate that Olaf.
However, Tristana and Malphite are coming up right behind him.
Malphite, if he's got his ult. And that's exactly what purple team needed to happen. Tristana going to jump after him to get that double kill. Very well played. Very well played.
And that's the money that Tristana's going to need. She has that Infinity Edge, and it looks like she can build towards that Static Shiv or that Last Whisper.
This Malphite's just going to tank the tower for Tristana. See, this is exactly the comeback the blue team needed.
I'm not entirely sure if I agree with that call, but...
It
did not turn out.
It did not turn out well.
It was still a 1-for-1, but the kill went on the Fiddlesticks to support. Tristana ended up losing that red buff. But Tristana did pick up the Last Whisper.
Ezreal, though, did get another kill. He is 9-6-7. Tristana, though, 7-5-5. She's definitely made a comeback. She's doing much more for her team. She's doing what she needs to be doing. But purple team's still in the hole. They've got a definite deficit in gold still. But they have shown us they can definitely team fight, and they are not out of this game yet. Surprisingly, still only behind by 4 kills. Ezreal trying to solo Baron here. He's not going to fare well unless he gets some help.
That was a slightly questionable call. I mean, the Ezreal does have the lifesteal coming from a Bork But
Yeah,
if Purple Team
it's
doesn't
not enough.
collapse, a choice like that doesn't even matter.
Purple team realizing they're at Baron, but they're not going to get there in time. Blue team is Baron. It's going to give them that bonus gold.
That sets another pause timer for Purple Team, as they won't be able to engage on the team with Baron, especially since they're behind.
Yeah, Olaf realizing his mistake is going to try and... What's he trying to do here? Is he trying to jump on the... He's trying to jump on the Ezreal, but Ezreal's going to evade him.
There's just too many people there.
There really are. I mean, if it was just Ezreal versus Olaf, maybe a Sona there, then that would have been a good choice for him. But with, 4 teammates there, Ezreal was able to use his flash and his essence flux to run away. Once again, Tryndamere doing an excellent job of split pushing, exactly what he should be doing. He's taunting the other team by laughing excessively. It's one of my personal pet peeves. When another teammate just stands outside your base and laughs at you.
Although what I find interesting about both Tryndamere and Ezreal's build, as there is a fight going on in the bottom lane.
Ooh, that's rough. 2 kills for blue team. This could be game right here. There's the Tristana. 1 tower falls. There's the Malphite. Olaf staying in his puddle.
And it looks like this is game from here.
That looks like it's game. Unfortunately, MICC loses this one. However, it is a best 2 out of 3. But
It
with
was a valiant effort.
It was a valiant effort, and they definitely held on for long. Ending the game 14k gold behind, 10 kills. They didn't do terribly. It wasn't a stomp. It was just blue team outplayed them with vision, and purple team just got caught out way too much.
As I stated before, the only way I saw blue team to be able to win that game